Hey folks, and welcome to Drinking Alone with Friends, a podcast where three friends drink alone together. My name's Chris.
What up? It's Todd.
And I'm Obert.
Never gets old.
Todd, your voice sounds better than normal today. I'll say that.
It really does.
Normally it's a grinding, scratchy grossness, but now it's very nice.
Yeah, I've been going to a vocal coach. I really want to pursue my dream of being a anime dub English voice actor. I've been working really hard to hit those high notes and the wispy, raspy ooh tones. So yeah, I mean that's just me, Todd. I want to be an anime girl, you know?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So like what are some of the lines they have you practicing?
Like the and like the stuff like that, or like noticing senpai, stuff like that, like little things. I think I'm getting there. I think
this is pretty good for like 1 week of training.
You know what they say? 1 week of training is equal to a life of Todd and Metallica.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
I heard that in an anime once, I think.
Yeah. Todd Metallica anime is the best. I don't know. I know nothing. I know zero about anime. So Todd, you're gonna have to teach me a lot.
All I know, man. I don't know anything about anime. I just want to be the girls in the anime. I actually don't know anything that's happening in the anime.
Oh, okay. So you're not responsible for like coming up with the translations on your own. You're just gonna read the scripts.
I have no idea what they're saying. I'm going into that. I'm really just reading the lips and trying my best to fill in English words there.
Oh, like what they might be saying.
Yeah, like what they might be saying.
Okay. That makes sense.
For some reason, I keep bringing up Brussels sprouts. I keep saying Brussels sprouts, and I keep saying like knives and forks, and I can't stop myself. It just looks like what they're saying all the time.
Todd dub of anime. That's gonna be a Patreon exclusive for sure.
The patrons are gonna get like 4 episodes in and be like, when are these Brussels sprouts gonna show up?
Oh.
That's me, Todd. Good old Todd.
Unchanged from last week. The regular old Todd.
Oh man. Oh Lord.
Hi guys.
Man. Hi Todd.
Hey.
New Todd.
We're breaking the fiction here.
Oh wait. Yep. Sorry. No one could tell, honestly.
Welcome back, new Todd. It's been a minute.
It has been a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys were like, you know what? I think she's crossed the line a few times, and no more. She's banned forever.
Penalty box. Yeah. 30 episodes.
It might have been like the whole kumquat thing. I don't know what you thought after the kumquat thing, that this you wouldn't keep inviting me back.
I feel like that was like 4 Kiwi appearances ago.
Yeah, that was a very long time ago. Yeah,
kumquat's under the bridge.
Kumquat and a pie, etc. Yeah, that was.
Yeah,
it's a good one though.
I'm pretty sure it won. Didn't it win something? Or that wasn't that one. That one lost. Kumquat and a pie lost. The Mr.
It was an honor to be nominated.
Honor. We did win something. I think New Todd was like the best segment.
Yeah,
could be.
Yeah,
I think that's the one that I won something.
Sure was.
I got my Mr. Oscar right here.
Yeah,
yes, your life-size Han Solo frozen in carbonate.
Yeah, I didn't read what it said at the bottom, but I knew I got it for something.
Yeah, it is up there, proudly displayed in the back of the room. Love it.
Yeah. Yeah, what's been going on, guys?
Not much. I mean, I guess like this is technically not the last full episode of season 2.
Penultimate episode.
Yeah, so because as everybody knows, next week is episode 200, which is the last and first episode of season 2 and season 3. So
we got 800 more episodes before our podcast starts with a 1 again. So
it's a big deal.
It's a commitment. Commitment.
We'll get there. I'm sure our podcast will get into the thousands eventually.
Yeah. I feel kind of honored to be here for like the last one. Todd just was like Metallica and like ran out. Like that was it. He's
it's happened mid recording sometimes. It's very awkward. Like he just gets a whiff on the air that Metallica's nearby and he just runs out the room. He's like,
he has this weird spidey sense kind of.
Yeah. I do have to say, you guys were obviously in the chat, but Todd was in Buffalo the day that I wasn't there. But he messaged me to go, hey, Kiwi, I'm going to Metallica in Buffalo, and proceeded to stress me out for 48 hours straight. Because I have never seen someone so chill about having such a small time frame that they wanted to eat at like one of the most famous wing places of all time, and then also go to a brewery, and also their hotel is like 30 minutes away from here, and also this place is 30 minutes away from the Metallica concert, and then getting into the Metallica concert, and they had like originally 3 hours to do all that with travel, and I was like, I'm so stressed out right now, this isn't funny. Like, how are you?
Well, they drove like 10 hours to get to Buffalo. So at that point, 30 minutes, you could just ignore that. It's like, oh, we're basically there.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about travel time.
But like, he's like, I'm in Buffalo, but he wasn't in Buffalo because the concert was at the Bills Stadium, which is outside the city of Buffalo in the South Towns. But his hotel, for some forsaken reason, was in the North Towns, which is like, there's South Towns, then there's the city of Buffalo, and then there's North Towns. There's no easy, clean way. It's literally called North Towns and South Towns for a reason, because they're nowhere near each other.
So did you Sherpa him through his Buffalo experience successfully?
Virtually, I did. I was really sad that I couldn't come and meet him for a beer and a wing, but he was like, oh, I heard Anchor Bar and Duff's are good for wings. And I said, do you want wings or do you want wings? Because Anchor Bar and Duff's are like Mickey Mouse tourism wings. Like they're fine. They walked so these like local places could run with their wings type of scenario. So I gave him some good options. I know he went to Barbell North, which is absolutely amazing. They have a great beef on weck, great chicken wings, Cajun honey butter barbecue. So good.
Okay. So I was in this chat. What is a beef on weg? I have no idea.
Beef on weck?
Yeah, or weck. Yes. Whatever. Whatever that is.
So
are those 3 words?
Beef?
Or is it on weck?
Beef on weck. Beef on Kimawek. A Kimawek roll. So what it is it's a local Buffalo cuisine that is like iconic and unreal, and like shame on you for not knowing, but it's fine. I'll forgive you. No, I'm kidding. But kind of. No.
Wait, you're not going to forgive me? That's what you're kidding?
No,
like,
that's
I'm
okay.
kidding. Nope, you're dead to me.
You're never allowed in the city limits of Buffalo again, but I'm kidding, but you're really not.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just like, you're dead to me, but it's fine. So it's roast beef that they soak in an au jus. And you hand carve it, all this good stuff. You steam the bun. It's this thing called like a Kimawek bun. And it's got Kimawek seeds with like a heavy dose of sea salt on the top of it. And you also take, with au jus, roast beef and everything, you put horseradish on it. And that is a beef on weck, and it is delightful.
Okay.
So it's
good.
a French dip, but you guys are just better, I guess.
French dip?
Yeah.
No. Do you have Kimawek seeds in French dip?
I still don't know what
Do you have horseradish
you made
in
up
French
what a
dip?
Kennewick seed is. I don't know.
It's a Kimawek seed. I don't know. A Kimawek roll.
I feel like horseradish, yes, on a French dip, but I don't know.
Well, it's better than that, and like French dip can go sit in a corner because this takes the seat
Okay.
of French, even though it's
I mean,
from
I would
Buffalo.
Next time I'm in Buffalo,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get one of these and a side of wings.
Oh, yeah.
And a plate of wings.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Right. Like this was a journey for me. I felt like I was along for the ride because I was at work and then I would like check my phone and I'd be like, why do I have 72 Discord messages?
92 Discord notifications.
What is
Because
going
I'm
on?
neurotic, and if you're in my hometown, I will lose my mind. And especially, again, Todd's planning to get into the city, but it wasn't the city, into the North Towns for a concert in the South Towns, and then wants to do all of that shit. I was losing my mind because he's like, I want to go to like a couple breweries. And I'm like, he's like, what's the best ones? And I'm like, well, like they're in the city of Buffalo. So like, I'm like, you can't go to all 3 places. Like, you don't understand. I don't think you know where you are. Like, he's like, I'm in Buffalo. I'm like, no, you're not. You're at the Bills Stadium, which is 25 minutes out of the city. And then you're staying in the North Towns, which is 25 minutes from the stadium and also 20 minutes from the city. It's a triangle. And he was like, I was losing my mind a little bit. I'm a dad when I travel, and the time frame that he was leaving himself to get to this concert stressed me out, and I wasn't even going. I'm that person that goes to the airport like at least 3 hours before my flight because I'm so crazy about it, because I just don't want to miss it. If I paid the money for it, I don't want to miss it, you know?
Or just be stressed out about missing it, which is almost as bad as missing it.
I mean, like, even when I'm like not at the airport 3 hours prior to, I'm like pacing around my house waiting for the time frame I set myself to leave for the airport to be there 3 hours beforehand.
Tud has literally said this before. I got TSA pre-check. I can show up like 15 minutes before my flight.
Yeah.
The closest I've ever come to missing a flight was when Tud dropped me off at the airport. The second closest was the time that I got to the airport with Tud. Actually, the second and third closest.
I was going to ask what the Asheville one was. Where's that one?
Which Asheville? Because those are the number 2 and 3. The most recent one is number 3. The first time we went is number 2.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I do apologize for the Discord message. Half of it was me being crazy about his plans that I wasn't along the ride with. And then the other half was me planning out every single brewery in detail to tell him, ranking them yes or no. And then the chicken wings, because then he was like, I'm going to Duff's. And I said, no, you're not. You're not going to Duff's.
Don't you dare.
Don't you dare do that. Like, that's crap. It's fine. It's okay. I like the Duff's wings. They're fine. But they're not the wings to get in Buffalo. You know what I mean?
If you have one night in Buffalo, don't go to Duff's.
Yeah, like, it's Mickey Mouse. I don't know how... like, Obama ate there, but, like, they're fine.
But Kiwi hates Obama.
Whoa. Listen.
God. Oh, no, not again.
It didn't even happen yet. We're just going to allude to the time travel.
That's true. I mean, never mind.
I'm going to end up on an FBI wanted list after being on these podcast episodes.
They're gonna contact her email and be like, we're gonna need the hard recordings of these episodes.
Yeah, listeners, if you're confused, just wait for 200 and it won't make sense, but you'll be in the loop.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You'll be in the loop then.
Oh, Lord.
Well, if I ever plan on going to Buffalo, I'll make sure that I give myself enough time so that you're not stressed out about planning my trip for me.
You're welcome. I mean, like, also just be like, hey, like, I'm in Buffalo, want to get a beer? And I'd be like, holy shit, yeah. Like, include me. No, Todd had a concert and like minus 5 minutes to go do stuff in Buffalo. So, like,
well, I was gonna say, I was like, you were out of town that weekend, but like, imagine if you were in town, it'd probably be 1,000 times worse for you. You'd be like, when am I meeting you? I'm meeting you for 42 seconds at this place for a beer. Like, what are you talking about?
Oh no, I would have been there. I would have been fine, but I would have been sitting there like, are you leaving? Are you going? You're having another beer? You're having 2 more beers? No, not another order of wings, Todd. For fuck's sake, get to Metallica. God damn it!
Don't you want to impress a bunch of people? Golly, that's so funny.
Yeah, my sister went to Metallica though too. She said she had a great time, so I'm sure I looked at. And then he went to one of the bars after, and I was being kind of crazy where everywhere he went, I was like, oh, talk to so and so, because like I work in the bars, so like I know it. And I'm like just trying to like give him like a name, and then by like the 5th one, he was like, so and so wasn't there, but I'm here, and I was like, ... Well, did you say hello to Ben? Like it was just one more, and then he was there, and then I'm pretty sure that Ben got him very drunk because.
That's what it sounded like. Yeah.
I mean, because that's like Ben's MO. He's a bar owner for, obviously no one knows what I'm talking about. He's a bar owner, and his terms of endearment are like, oh, you're a friend of a friend. You're my friend now. And I'm going to get you plastered. So
well, the nice thing is we have in this chat history where we're having this call, we have it all here. And it says, this is, I'm going to read back the messages. Ben says, hi. And then the next message from Tud is, Ben just told me he wants to get, quote, shit my pants drunk. So.
And then we never heard from Tud again.
That was it. We still haven't heard. We don't know what happened after that. Yeah.
It's been like 4 days. I'm kind of concerned.
This is part of the reason why we have a new Tud on this week.
We actually have you on so you can go search Buffalo for Tud, please.
He might still be
We're
here.
worried.
I don't know.
He's got a wife and cat at home. We're worried.
Well, Tide, if you're listening and you're somewhere under a bench, I hope you had a great time in Buffalo.
You made it to the 8th best wing place in Buffalo by now.
At least. He's got a whole list of breweries and wings from me, and like in fine detail. I think I even listed some places with good blue cheese, because that counts too. It makes a difference.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, all this losing Tud has made me thirsty. I don't know at what point we've decided that that's how we're starting every episode where we drink beer, but
it's because you guys used to make fun of me for it, but I don't remember when.
Yeah, it's what we do now.
Yep.
But
I think it's a good transition. It's like playing the Oscar song when like someone's joke isn't funny anymore, and you're like, okay, into the beer.
That's it. Your time's up.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, it's like most things on the show. It was so unfunny that we've done it enough now that it becomes funny. All right. Well, in a rare break from tradition, we're going to actually have Chris drink first this week.
Yes.
Chris, why are you drinking first?
Why? Did you say
yeah,
why?
I heard you got a large beer.
Oh, I do have a large beer. So I was going through. I told everybody I'm going to clean out the beer fridge, except for this episode and next episode, of course. Those next episode, oldest beer, of course. I was going through and I was like, this is a beer that I would normally hold on to and then probably never drink. But he's like, you know what? It's the last full episode of season 2 of the podcast, so why not? So I have Westbrook Brewing Company's 11th anniversary stout. And I say it's a big beer because it is a, well, it's not, is this a bomber? Hold on. No, it's a 19 ounce bottle, but it's an imperial stout brewed with cocoa nibs and caramel, and it's 11% ABV. So,
okay,
happy Tuesday to me.
I've never heard of a 19-ounce beer before. That's a very weird size.
An English pint.
Those are usually 16.9.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But
not that then.
It's like a baker's dozen.
It's a Ukrainian pint.
Yeah, that's what we're calling it.
I like that they did the 11% for the 11th year. Do you think?
Oh, I didn't.
Do you think that was by design?
Ooh,
yeah, gotta be.
It's gotta be.
They watered down this beer until they got to it. It was 11.2, and they just fudged it.
So there it is. I paid a good amount. Actually, it was actually relatively inexpensive for what it is. So hey, I'm happy about that. But here we go. I like Westbrook Brewing Company. They do like the Mexican cake stouts and things like that. Plus, there's another big one that they do that I can't remember off the top of my head. So, but they do a lot of really, really good stouts. Very good. All right. But there it is. Dark as night. I'm not even. You know what? I'm not even gonna do the light test. No need. There's no way you're gonna see a car coming. If you're surrounded in this, sorry, you're gonna get run over.
You wouldn't even know which way's up.
No. Super dark, but it's a nice beer. It's got a nice little head, I don't know, maybe half an inch of head on there. Nice dark caramelly head. I like that. And I put it in this afternoon and I took it out a little bit, like basically when we started recording. So it's been out for probably about 20 minutes or so. I don't know. It smells a little strong. It almost smells, which is weird. It almost smells like a little licoricey on the nose, but there's no licorice in it, so it might just be some of the sweetness and the alcohol playing a trick on me. I don't know. We'll see. But here we go. 11th anniversary for episode 199. See how it goes. It's very good. Wow, it's really good. So yeah, it's got a bite at. It's got like a relatively strong bite at the end. Like alcohol bite. Maybe I'm just getting used to it because I had a couple light beers earlier. But it's very sweet. I'll say this is probably perfect enjoying temperature, but it is very sweet. It's got some smooth. It's smooth. It hits you pretty sweet with like chocolate flavors, and then it kind of like transitions, and you get some caramel, and then you do get hit with a little bit of like 11% at the end. But it's not too bad. And actually, that second sip was better than the first, so I bet you I'm just getting a little bit used to it. But it's really smooth, like motor oil. Maybe
we're talking like 0W, 5W. Like how thick is this motor oil? On the motor oil scale.
I know. On the motor oil scale. Let's see. What do I use? I use
zero is synthetic.
I use 0W. It's probably like a good 5W probably.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got some body to it.
Maybe I can tell you what you guys are talking about right now. I know nothing about the motor oil. I used to get swindled into buying the air filters at the car changing.
Well, you need air filters in your car. That is a thing.
I heard that I wasn't supposed to buy them. I bought them every time.
Oh,
yeah,
gotcha.
Yeah, that's probably.
Yeah.
I mean, luckily they're not that expensive normally, but.
Yeah, sorry.
Maybe you need a new.
No, well, hold on. Every time you filled up gas, or every time.
Yeah.
Every time I got my oil changed, which was every few months or so, because I drive a lot, so I have to get my oil changed a lot. And they were like, you need an air filter, and I was like, again? And then
when someone who is not a car person starts asking questions like, "Are you sure?" Like, you probably red flag.
Yeah.
Well, listen, it's fine, and I breathed some good ass air. I don't know.
Good air. You got that good. Yeah, that's right.
Got that good.
I will say maybe there is, and I don't know if it's just like things working together because it doesn't say anything about licorice or anything, but I do get a little bit of that anise taste on the back end. It's not overwhelming, and I don't know why it's making those mouth tastes in my mouth, but
Can you taste the 11th anniversary?
maybe some like confetti or like a party hat or two. I don't know. It's good though. It is very good. It's not their best beer I've had by them. I think their Mexican case stout's better. But it is very good. Very sweet. Very sweet. So if you don't like sweet beers, Kiwi, looking at you, might not be for you.
I got to interject and say, okay, I could see 10th anniversary beer. Sure. Why not? Of course. But like, they just must do an annual release of their anniversary.
I assume
stout?
so.
I don't know.
Yeah.
11, you can skip that one. That's the first anniversary where you're allowed to be like, you know what, honey, I just got you some roses and chocolates. And
I feel like that's pretty common for the breweries to just continuously do the anniversary beer.
Anniversary?
Yeah.
It's like double first, you know?
Yeah.
It's true.
I don't know. Maybe they just do prime numbers, you know? It's possible.
Maybe. Yeah.
But I think it's good. It's not their best beer, but I'm gonna give it a generous 4.25. I was in between 4 and 4.25. I'm generous 4.25. I'm normally feeling generous, so but it's good.
Okay. Well, I got here on Untapped and quite a few check-ins, 2,607.
Jeez. Okay.
What do you think the average is?
I feel like it's gonna be close. I don't know. It's hard for me to think that this beer is going to get above a 4.25. I wouldn't be surprised, but just the way I'm drinking it right now. Now, granted, I've had this bottle for, I don't know, a couple months, but that's not that long. I'm going to say, it popped into my head first, so that's what I'm going to go with 4.21.
Okay. Not so high, actually. 3.95.
Wow.
Pretty low.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is very low. I was not expecting that at all. I
Yeah.
would have been off no matter what. Well, makes sense.
Can't get them all,
One friend
Chris.
of the podcast checked it in, and that's our listener, Sal.
Oh, okay.
4.5 he gave it.
Good old salamander. That's what we call him.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
4.5. Okay. So he enjoyed it. It's a good beer. It's not their, but like I said, not their best. I'm a little surprised. I feel like 3.95 is a little low. It's a little low. Untapped, you messed up. You got it wrong. Sorry.
He checked it in on Valentine's Day. I don't know if that impacted how he rated it.
Ooh,
So,
there you go.
Who knows?
This bottle sweat a lot. North Carolina, come on, get your stuff together.
All right, so Kiwi, what do you got? I mean, sorry, New Tud, what do you got for us this week?
So I've got a beer from New Belgium. I haven't seen this one before, and it's been in my fridge, and I need to drink it. So it was the Agent 77 IPA, and they've got their little voodoo guy in a tux with a snow hat. So he's got the Bond thing going up until you get to the snow hat, and then I'm guessing that's kind of just like the thing with him.
Okay, before you open this beer, I gotta ask, and if you don't know, that's fine. Maybe either one of you knows, but when did Voodoo Ranger become like, it's kind of its own brand now, right, with New Belgium? And I don't understand what makes a beer a Voodoo Ranger beer versus just falling under the old New Belgium umbrella. You know what I mean?
I could definitely answer that because a couple breweries do this type of stuff. So what happens and what you're seeing a lot of is, for example, like New Belgium Fat Tire is such a thing, right?
Sure.
So to kind of like do its own entity of the Voodoo Ranger and kind of making it more like its own brand versus New Belgium Voodoo Ranger. When people associate Fat Tire so heavily with New Belgium, like that's kind of just been their thing for so long, that the Voodoo Ranger, like having it have its own entity, same thing as like Sam Adams putting out Truly. Like you wouldn't drink a seltzer from Sam Adams, right?
Well, those are like very different examples, I feel like. Like, I feel like most casual people would know that New Belgium does the Voodoo Ranger, but I think unless you're like really immersed in it, you wouldn't know that Truly is a brand under Boston Beer Company.
Right.
Like,
I could say like the Goose Island Bear Hugs. The Goose Island Bear Hugs, they're kind of making their own bear hug thing, right?
Okay. Gotcha. Well, I had like a hazy little thing knockoff, the Sunny Little Thing.
Yeah.
Before the show from Sierra Nevada. And that's like kind of their own little like brand envelope that they're doing there with the little things.
Yeah, I think it's just more so like classifying and having things separate as like this is like you look at the Voodoo Ranger and you're like getting an IPA, or you look at the Sunny Little Thing, the hazy little thing, and like it's not Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, but it's the same brewery. I think a lot of breweries are kind of going towards that alley of we did things so long to get us here. How do we get ourselves there? And like a lot of them have to adapt and change in their new way, but some of these like big legacy breweries like Sierra Nevada, New Belgium, Lagunitas, like they just have to do something to kind of just create their own brand within their brand. And what it is like having those
shadow kind of.
Yeah, like because it's like how do you get that old wave brewery to still be in that new wave with like the new, like either, whether it's an IPA or it's a hazy or it's a sour series or whatever. It is just smarter to put them like it's still underneath the brewery name, but to really just make it its own brand versus like focus on the brewery that's bringing it. Like you just don't have that these days anymore of the weight of a brewery name carrying itself across the nation the way like because there's so much local stuff, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, so I guess the answer to my question is like what makes a Voodoo Ranger beer a Voodoo Ranger beer? It's not a specific hop type or style, it's just the brand.
It's the IPAs, I think. It's New Belgium doing IPAs. Sorry, I
so
really could have simplified
IPAs,
that answer.
All their IPAs now are basically Voodoo Rangers.
Yeah, that's how I've seen them be doing that. Because like they do their like sour stuff. They have the Fat Tire, the Voodoos, which is all their like heavy ass IPAs that send you on your ass, you know?
Okay, so is this one of those?
I'm gonna guess. Well, the 77 is for 7.7%. So yeah, I mean that's what it says. I don't have any other information on the can, except that it's 77 with 7.7%, and it's been in my fridge for a little bit. So we got to drink this bad boy.
Okay.
So I don't know. Maybe it has been there for too long, but I think I got it in like a mixed thing, and it needs to get drunk. Drinked. Yeah, I should practice. I'm like looking at you guys for affirmation here, as I'm the one that has to open the can.
Nice pour.
Yeah, so I got definitely not a crisp pour here. No. I am seeing a little sediment from the yeast, but again, it's been in my fridge for probably should have been rotated out a little bit sooner. So I'm not going to knock them there for that.
Oh, wow, really, I can even see it through the webcam.
You see it through the webcam? Oh, you can, yeah. Pretty hazy. Really fruity aromatics off the nose. I'm gonna assume it's gonna be a little juicy. I don't know if anyone has it pulled up. I don't know if it's like supposed to be a West Coast, East. I mean, definitely not a West Coast with the way that it looks and smells. But if it's supposed to be like East Coast, hazy, juicy, or just IPA, they don't really give you a lot of information on the can.
Well, it's supposed to be James Bond, so that was a good call out there. IPA, not shaken, not stirred. Just clarified as a IPA American IPA.
Yeah, I've taken a couple sips. Definitely not like hazy, juicy East Coast New England style for sure. It's got a good flavor forward start to it. You get a good fruity, like I wouldn't be shocked if there's like Citra, Mosaic, the usual trio in there. Definitely like a drier finish. Pretty good. It's got like a tiny little bitter hop to it, which honestly I just wasn't expecting after like the Juice Force, because I had the Juice Force and that thing is like disgustingly juicy. So like I just wasn't entirely expecting that. So it's pretty good. It's I need another sip, excuse me.
Is the Juice Force also a New Belgium creation?
Yeah, it's their Voodoo. It's a Ranger.
Well, as we learned, all of their IPAs are Voodoo Rangers. That blew my mind. I didn't know that. But.
Yeah. Well, I picked one up because it had like the Top Gun guy on it and like Top Gun Maverick, right? And it was just like super juicy. And then it was like, I was like, how the hell is this like 9.5%? And then I got knocked on my ass.
Damn.
Yeah.
Turns out you're more of a James Bond gal than Maverick. Goose. Yeah, well, I don't know.
Like I said, the sweetness, the super sweet, fruity, like it's not for me. Like I like a little more classic style. It was good, and it definitely didn't taste like 9.5. I just liked like the little Top Gun guy on it, but I think I probably would prefer this one over it. I think this is like not their normal stuff though. I think this was just like a special one that they put out. It's pretty good. It's pretty aight. It's definitely just reminiscent of like an older style IPA, like not the normal stuff you get nowadays. But it does have more of like a floral, fruity fragrant to it. But like I said, I think it's really just Citra hops most likely that are bringing that like flavor forward part for it, and then the rest is kind of like not West Coast-ish, but more West Coast style with that like bitter, dry, like IPA before like 2014.
It sounds like you're describing every Voodoo Ranger variant I've ever had, where they're all like, they're IPAs.
Yeah.
Like, they're fine.
I honestly like hadn't had one in a long time. Like the Juice Force was the first one I'd had in a long time. So I was kind of like, oh, that's not the Voodoo Ranger that I know. It was good. I would give it a 3.5, I think.
Okay.
3.5.
Well, what do you think? By the way, you're probably not surprised. A lot of chickens on this one. 15,381 other folks.
That is a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay close to mine. I feel like it's going to round out and average out kind of nicely with so many check-ins. I'm going to give it a 3.41.
Ooh, that's low.
That is low. And hold on, what how far was I off? I am still
0.26.
I'm still in the
There's no way it's higher.
Oh, it is.
Really?
Not much.
People don't rate stuff under a 3.5.
Come on. You need to spend more time. Yeah, you do.
I play the Untapped game so wrong because I try to rate things. I'm so picky on Untapped. I am like, what are like the New York Times food reviewer people in Ratatouille where they're like shaking in their boots?
Oh yeah.
I'm that
Ratatouille.
person.
You went like a 378. 378.
Okay.
Well,
it's close to your guess.
And it was Nelson Sauvin and Galaxy hops. International Nelson Sauvin and Galaxy hops.
Ted was just talking about Nelson, how he is just learning that he likes Nelson hops.
Yeah.
And then you know what hops those are? Those are Kiwi hops.
Kiwi hops.
Those are Kiwi hops because they're from
the
New
land
Zealand.
down under?
Yeah. No, that's Australia.
Well, they can also. They have the monopoly on being down under. I guess.
I mean, I feel like that's their slogan. I feel like the Kiwis can get something
down
else.
Under.
Yeah.
As an unofficial Kiwi, they can't. Like they can get their own.
Their
thing.
neighbors are down under.
They got the Lord of the Rings there.
How about down over?
No, they got the Lord of the Rings there. They got the cool Kiwi thing that I never knew about in my life until after I started streaming under the name Kiwi, and everyone's like, "Are you from New Zealand?" And I'm like, "No, I'm an ignorant American. I didn't know that was a thing."
I just like the fruit.
I just like the fruit and the flightless birds. Okay.
Oh yeah. So, anyways.
Well, that's
still on the board.
I'm so bad at this game. Can you just hear really quick sidebar? I'm sorry, Obert. Quick sidebar. I know you love when I do this. What?
I love sidebars.
How do you get good at Untapped and like guessing this shit?
You got to use it.
The trick is to have highly rated beers on. If your beer's rated like a 4.2, you're going to be like, I don't know, 4.19, and then be pissed when you're 0.01 off.
Yeah.
Not to point any fingers at any co-host that may not be on the recording right now. But
but like, how do you know your beer's rated so highly? Because like I don't look at Untapped, so I don't know how it's doing on Untapped.
If you have a beer and you're like, wow, this is one of the best beers I've ever had, most likely 200 of the people also think it's the best beer they've ever had.
And so I thought this beer was aight, so I thought 3.5. It's in the middle ish.
Yeah.
That's a 7.
That's aight.
A 7 out of 10. Is that about where you thought it was? 7 out of 10?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Is that a 4? Is that a
solid C?
Like
a solid
4 C, a C minus.
Is that a 3.75? Like, what is a 3 point? How do you? I need like a better rating system. It doesn't work.
I think.
We talked about this literally on episode 1.
I know. I know.
I think that what you're rating, saying like a 3.5 is a little above average, is probably more in line with what I'm thinking. But Untapped, people think 3.5 is like barely drinkable.
Untapped is wrong, and it.
We say that every week. 2 of us say that every week.
Hell with Untapped. They're wrong, and I'm right.
I'm hoping that this week it's both of you. as I get a perfect score.
That's just so stupid, because if at that point, if 3.5 is like undrinkable, what the fuck are you supposed to, sorry, excuse me, like what are you supposed to do with the other point, what, 3 minus 3.25 and down? Like what do you even do? It's just stupid. Like what do you even do with that stuff then? Like just make it a smaller system. I don't know. 1, 2, or 3.
1, 2, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
gives this beer
understand.
2 thumbs up.
Yeah, like how many thumbs up do you want? Do you hit the like button? And you know what? Just make it like the Facebook React with the emojis. I would love to do emojis for the beer. That would be so much more fun.
Sad face.
I'm not loving this. I'm gonna give this an angry face. This beer will earn 1 tier emoji from me.
I think that'd be a lot better and more understandable than, for some reason, 3.5 is the bottom of the barrel. Like, I don't... What's the point of the system, then? I don't understand. To me, that's in the middle. I don't get it. I don't know. Sorry, I totally derailed the conversation. My bad.
That's okay. I'm going to drink a beer now. Okay, so this week I have a new to me, I think it's new to the world, beer from Sierra Nevada. It's their Liquid Hoppiness IPA. It's called a juicy IPA underneath it. And big circle there with 7.0% ABV, highlighted prominently. So we'll see how this compares to the beer that Kiwi just had. Not a lot of description, kind of like the one that you just had too, where it's just pictures of hops. You know, it's nice, fun, and green and orange. But that's all you're really getting out of this. Canned 7/12, so pretty fresh. Let's see what we got here. I feel bad that unlike Chris, I didn't have a fun, exciting fridge cleaning out beer to bring to the podcast. I did a bad job pouring. This is kind of a crisp pour.
Would you like the description from Untapped? Oh wow, that is
yeah,
a crisp
that sounds
pour.
good. Let's hear the description while I let this head settle.
Ride the rapids of liquid hoppiness, flowing through the canyons of hops and haze, where fruity notes of grapefruit, orange, and fresh berries thrive in this juicy IPA flavorscape.
Ooh, that was pretty much like every IPA description I've ever heard, except for the fresh berries. Never heard that really used to describe many IPAs.
I feel like I don't hear orange used. Like grapefruit, yeah. But like citrus, yeah, but like not orange directly as a call out.
Yeah, we use that one a lot. Citrus for the citrus. We use big oranges, little oranges, nectarines, whatever.
Is that for like the New England stuff though?
Yeah, the hazier stuff.
Yeah, I don't drink a lot of those. They're not bad. I like sours and porters and stouts.
Okay, here we go. Diving in. So it calls itself Liquid Hoppiness. I can't say I disagree. It's interesting because I think Sierra Nevada's been moving into the New England-ish, hazier-ish territory with the hazy little thing that they did, which I think is really kind of their newest brand that's had a lot of success. And this is kind of further encroaching on that space, I would say. This is a pretty basic take on a New England IPA, except it's filtered, I would say. I don't know if it's filtered, but it's definitely not super duper hazy. It's like they used a not very fine filter. If that makes sense. Like, you can see my fingers behind the glass. You know, you could dodge a car maybe if this was driving through with this beer at you. It's good. They used a ton of hop extract, I can tell, to get that hop juiciness in here without a lot of the other aspects of the hop. So yeah, I want to say that they probably used some kind of concentrate or oils or something in here. They did have that beer a couple years ago with the hop oils that they made. I wonder if this is a similar technique, but I'm here for it. Like I said, it's 7% ABV. I got a 6-pack of this for, I don't know, $10 or something, $12, something reasonable priced. Great beer for having with dinner. Nothing special, nothing to write home about, but I think for a brand that I really enjoy, Sierra Nevada, this is a good take on an approachable, juicy style. They don't call it hazy, they call it juicy. Yeah, I'm a fan. It's not like 4.0 territory, but it's a solid 3.75. This is a good beer.
Okay.
Yeah, I think...
Not a trash beer, like a 3.5.
Yeah. This is a beer, if I was going to a party where I didn't know anybody else who's going to be there. So since I moved to Montana, I go to a lot of those parties where it's like, hey, I don't know the crowd here, but I don't know if it's a BYOB situation. I want to drink some good beer, but I don't want to bring really nice beer, throw it in a cooler. This is the 6-pack I would maybe bring. That's how I'm
Nice.
classifying this beer. Yeah.
You wouldn't be at a loss if someone else took one at the party.
No, not at
Yeah.
all. As long as, if I'm bringing 6 beers, I'd like to drink 6, or, or whatever. If it's like the end of the night, I don't mind donating 3 to the host if I'm only had a few. And I'm not going to take my half a 6-pack of liquid hoppiness home. They can keep that.
Yeah, at 7%, 3 in, you can start fighting people if they try to take one of your 6 beers.
Exactly. Yeah. So Kiwi, how many check-ins do we have for the liquid hoppiness?
So we have a total of 2,187.
So this is a new beer for Sierra Nevada. Then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says for monthly 2,094. So just this month.
Brand new.
Yeah, brand new.
Wow.
Okay, I think we're in a like, not love situation here. The big window. I got a big window.
Yeah.
So I'm going to just
3. Yeah. 2. 2.5.
just do like a
maybe.
kind of a layup shot with this with like a 394.
I think you definitely have it for this episode.
That's exact?
Yeah. No, not at all. But it's a 3.83.
Oh,
So
damn it.
if you
Okay.
went 375, you would have probably been like just as close as 394.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right
Damn
there,
it.
like in the not middle, I guess. It's not 3.5,
Yeah.
but
Right. It's kind of like the rating I said. I'm like, this is not a 4, but it's pretty good. It's a solid 3.75. So
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you got my for just a second. I thought I got it exactly correct. The way
Sorry,
you
that's
both
totally
didn't
misleading
react.
on my end. Yeah, no. I don't. No, it's good. It's good. I think I was here for your first ever Man of
Good
People.
luck, charm.
Yeah.
first ever man of the people, or correct?
Possible. Correct.
Maybe for the
The
season.
ultimate man of the people.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one, and I was. You guys were so happy, and I was just sitting here like, I'm just happy to be here. I have
Yeah.
nothing to add.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm happy to
I'm
experience
happy to
it.
be here.
These people are weird. Why would I hang out with them?
Why do I
Here
keep
she
coming
is.
back here? Oh, it's in my
Why- here
contract.
she- 100 episodes later.
Uh-huh. Has it really been that long? We
No,
haven't known
I don't
Kiwi
think
for
so.
2 years.
No.
No,
Well, I
just
mean-
like over a year.
I've known
Okay.
you for a year and a half.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
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 Something like that.
Something like
Okay.
that.
Anyway, so before we move on to handles, very fun C segment time. Kiwi, I heard that you've traveled to our ancestral home of Connecticut
I did.
and had some great Connecticut beers. Didn't hang out with Tud. Again, you can never be in the same place
We really
at the same
can.
time.
We really can.
Yeah. And then we also already heard from Chris about your experience in Asheville together.
Yeah. Yeah. It was awesome. We got to do that.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun.
So tell us more about your various trips.
Yeah. Both were work related because, as you know, I sell beer and I travel markets sometimes to assist other people from my brewery with their beer stuff. And it's a kind of fun thing to do. I mean, I'm out of my market, and it's like, oh, like I'm missing out on a week of work, but I'm also working. So, yeah,
Is
Connecticut
it really
was
working if like the highlight is just petting animals or
that was animal therapy. Okay, it's a very
Okay.
stressful job selling the beer, and yeah, no, I was at a farm apparently down the road from Tud's house, but to my defense, we had a limo party bus thing, and I think we went across the entire state of Connecticut and back. Like, it was entirely like, we should not have done it that way, but whoever organized this thing did it. We're like, couldn't tell you where I was. I just remember telling you guys like, I'm here and I'm here and I'm here, and you're like, what? Like, where are you? Like, why are you traveling the state of Connecticut in one day? And I'm like, oh, I'm just on the bus, like hammered beyond belief.
this is like a North City, South City, Central City situation.
Yeah,
I think.
100%. But I wasn't organizing it, and like I was on company time, so like it's fine. You know what I mean?
Fair.
You didn't have a
fair.
Metallica show to get to.
Yeah, exactly. It was like the knockoff brand Steeletica, and but no, so we had animal therapy in the morning. We went to this like petting zoo and had beers, and it was like down the street from Tud's house, I guess. And I pet a lot of goats and like was really happy about that.
They were the
And
best
then-
animal to pet. the
Yeah.
goats.
Yeah. And then
I think I'd be there for like a sheep. I think they with the wool. I think that
Yeah.
would be the best one.
I did hold a baby sheep. They were not happy in the slightest. And the mother did come up and headbutt me for holding the baby. So goats were more appreciative of my love. There was emu too, which I was super stoked about. And I was like with my new coworkers, because I obviously had a new brewery now, and I do think I've scared them all from ever wanting to get to know me ever again, because I saw the emu and elatedly went, "Oh my god, I can't believe it's a real emu, just like the ones from the Great War of 1942." And they were like, "What are you talking about?" And then I was like, "You've never heard of the Great Emu War of 1942? It might have been 32." And they were like, "No." And then I went on to tell them about the Great Emu War of I think it's 32. And went into severe detail about it for, I think, 20 minutes. And then I realized that I'm never going to have friends on this team. It's a really interesting story. Probably not for the podcast. We don't want to derail it again, but it's a very interesting story. It's a real thing. And TLDR, the people down under, they lost a war with flightless birds. The emu were the successful winners of the war, and you can look it up on Wikipedia, and they are marked as the successors and the winning. Yeah, they had to put the white flag to the emu. I'm not making this up. This is a real fact.
So don't try and fight emu. Just pet them instead.
Don't pet them. They're very nasty animals, but they are magnificent to look at.
A little misleading being at the petting zoo then.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I really hate emus, and this just solidifies it. So
it's a real thing. I will tell you later.
I believe you, because they're terrible. They're
Chris
terrible.
Hashtag Team Ostrich. All the way.
No, I don't like any of those.
No,
stupid
stay away
birds.
from all those birds. They're nasty, vile creatures.
Yeah, no, they're terrible. They're terrible.
Anyways, on to the beer segment. What I did in Connecticut. I won't lie, that was my favorite thing for sure. I also won't lie, and you guys need to remind me here. I think we went to 2 breweries. I know one, I went to 2 roads, and I went to Area 2, and that was amazing. And I do know the people that work there, because they used to work for my old brewery. So they hooked us up and took us to Area 2, and I think they opened up like, I think I had 20. I just sent you guys a picture. They opened up like 20 bottles of like good crap. And like I was good. I was gonna say good shit, and then I was like, Kiwi, like, censor yourself, and then I chose the word crap instead.
No, swears are okay.
You got to be 21 to listen to this show.
I know. I get in my head with Chris, and the one time he told me this is a family friendly thing, and like I've never gotten it out of my head since. It was a joke.
Families, turn off the podcast. This is your last warning. Tell your kids go to bed.
But yeah, like it was really like a really cool thing, and I had some amazing beers from there, and like absolute private experience, and that was amazing. And then I went to Nebco.
Oh, nice.
Nebco, New England.
It's like the OG Connecticut spot.
Yeah, it was really good. It was we stopped there for lunch. They didn't provide us lunch. We just ordered food and had it there, and pizza as well. I did have the Connecticut
Those sons of bitches
pizza, which everyone was like, "Oh my god, that's better than New York pizza," which I do have to say, you guys are wrong, and it's not. I'm sorry. I don't know if this is like a thing with you guys, but
we'll get old Tud on here to tell us about his favorite wings, and we'll hear what he has to say.
Don't tell him what I said, but I want to hear what he says, because I think. I mean, listen, we can't be here at the same time anyways. You know this.
That's true. But Kiwi's going to sit in rage as he says that. They were good, but J. Tim's is better.
He's going to be like, oh, I had them with ranch.
I know. J. Tim's is real good, though.
They are really good.
I'm curious.
So you went from petting baby ducks to drinking baby ducks, fuzzy baby ducks?
Yep.
Yeah, I did have the fuzzy baby duck. Good transition. I did have a fuzzy baby duck. I made sure to have that because I asked y'all what to get, and you said fuzzy baby duck. I think I got the remix. I don't think it was called the remix. Maybe it was. I'm envisioning this. It was lunchtime, and I was a lot of beers deep at that point. But it was a fuzzy baby duck like 2.0 or something, or like maybe it was like I think it was DDH fuzzy baby duck.
Okay.
It was like a more, it wasn't the OG fuzzy baby duck. I had a little tiny sip of the fuzzy baby duck, and then I had a full glass of and then I also had their lager, which is really good. They had a good crispy boy there.
I don't know their lager, but I believe you.
It might have just been like in the brewery section and not like you're going to get this at the store thing, but it was really good. And the IPAs were really, really good. I like the fuzzy baby duck a lot. That was my favorite one for sure.
Nebco, if you're listening, new name for your double fuzzy baby duck. How about ugly baby duckling?
Ooh.
I like
that
that.
could be like a triple IPA.
Yeah, that one's on me. You can have that, Nepco.
Yeah. You know, you get ugly when you have triple IPAs, right?
It's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turn into a swan, I think, is what happens.
Yeah. But I think those are the only two breweries we had time to do. I think we ended up just going to dinner after that, and then we had to kind of stick with our beers that were there. So I didn't get to explore anything else really. But I mean, the area too was such a cool experience, and being able to have one of the like OG Connecticut breweries as well was a really good idea, and I loved it. And the duck was good. You know, me and new Tud, we love ducks here, so we talk about them all the time. Yeah, so it was a nice nice thing. Yeah, Connecticut was nice. I was like confused. I think I just was shuffled around a lot of Connecticut in one day, and I got a little disoriented. And you know, we had a whole cooler of beer on the party bus, so that didn't help. But I'm pretty sure
I don't know how you got disoriented after the 1,700 beers you had.
I just remember drunk texting you guys like absolute nonsense at one point.
I'm used to that, honestly. Like that's we get drunk texts all the time. Sometimes from each other.
What?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, it was cool though. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I did like it. That was my first time in Connecticut.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess it's a small state. Small state, great beer. That's what they say.
Yeah, it was cute and quaint and cozy. I forget how old Connecticut is. Like an OG state.
Pretty old. Super
it's old. It looked like there was like cute houses and stuff, but yeah, it was cool. I was like thinking of you guys the whole time I was there. I mean, obviously I was like messaging you, but I was like, that's the only connection I have to Connecticut is you three.
Our podcast.
Yeah, the podcast.
Yeah. I think they should put that on the license plate. Change it from like Constitution State to like one of the OGs.
Home of the DAWF podcast.
Yeah, there you go.
That's good.
That would be good. That'd be
I'm sorry,
good.
that wasn't like really funny. It was just kind of bland and out there.
We will take flattery / self-promotion any day of the week. So.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Especially flattery. You see this head? It doesn't get this big just by genetics.
So Asheville
was great. Yeah, again, I was there for work. And I felt horrible because I let Chris know like pretty ahead of time, but at the same time I was like, hey, I will be here, but I'm gonna be busy and I don't know if I can see you, but it'd be cool. And he was like, yeah, like let me know. And I was like, I really like, I'm not gonna know till like the wire. And then I felt bad because I messaged him like the night before. I was like, hey, I kind of have like an open day with travel, so because like they kind of just book, like I'm just chauffeured around, like I don't have a car anytime I'm on one of these work trips, and they kind of book us
smart
like
to not give you a car.
Yeah, but like also like it goes from like 8 a.m. till like midnight without, because like we're in beer, right? So it's a long day, and like there's like not usually like an easy way to shuffle around things. But my travel day home, like I just had a really like I made sure to book my flight kind of later because I was like hoping maybe we would end early and like maybe I had a few hours, but I ended up having a whole day, which worked out really nice with Chris. So we got to meet up, and I was like, I'm so sorry, like you have to drive to me because I don't have a car. So you had to drive an hour and a half to come see me. I know I'm horrible, but I did take him to lunch, and you know, I was like, I'll make the trip worthwhile, and you know, we had fun. We did quite like the brewery tour in a short amount of time.
Yeah, we did a good job.
Yeah, Chris was like, wow, like you're efficient. We did not do half the stuff that we wanted to do when it was the three of us here.
I know. Yeah.
I know. It was like, and you say it like, I mean, you originally lived like 15 or 16 hours from me, so like an hour and a half is nothing. And I would have like it was fun to drive that. Well, I hate driving, but it was nice to meet up. So I'm glad we were able to do it, and we had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun.
I had a lot of fun.
I don't want to say you had a lot of fun. I don't want to put that on you.
No, it was an absolute blast. It was so awesome. It was so funny too.
It was really cool. It was really cool.
I had my coworkers. I was with my coworkers prior to, and I told them like the entire trip. I was like, oh, I hope I get to see this. And then like we came down the wire, and they're like, so you're like having this dude from the internet you never met before? And I was like, it's all good. He's married. Like, it's not creepy.
Yeah,
I'm like, it's not creepy. He's married. I've met his wife through the internet.
Yeah, right.
And they're just like, okay. They're like, do you want us to be here? I was like, no, but like I'm having him come here to meet you. They're like, oh, right. Okay. Yeah. No, they were totally like not weirded out at all. I just made Chris feel that way for a minute because it was funny. But they were like, honestly, like, are you sure he wants to meet us? Because we're weird. But so Chris got to meet some like pretty high up brewery people.
No, everybody's weird. Just embrace the weirdness.
Yeah, I was definitely like, I'm not cool enough to hang out with your friends. And I got there and I was right, so it's fine. Like, I'm just a 34-year-old dad. That's all I am.
We're the youngest ones there. I hope you realize that. Right?
No, I did not realize that. I mean, I figured I know you're younger than me, but like, I did not realize we were the youngest ones there otherwise.
Oh yeah, like I'm the youngest one on my team by far because I just started beer so early. Yeah.
I just started drinking so early. No, actually I didn't.
Chris was a late bloomer.
Late bloomer.
Alcohol.
Were you? When was your first sip of alcohol?
21.
Really?
Yep, 21. Yep, and I made up for lost time.
You sure did.
You sure did.
It's like I can't believe I'm missing out on this.
This is what it tastes like? Oh, fuck me.
So, Kiwi, was Asheville like one of the best beer cities you've ever been to? Because that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, it was definitely the best American place I'd been to. I gotta say Ireland was my favorite with, like stouts and like Irish reds and this and that, like that, because that's my favorite styles by far. But I did have a blast in Asheville. They had some really good sours. The IPAs were good. I won't lie, like after a certain point, IPAs to me are just one and the same. But that's just like my own personal taste. So like I just, there was a point where Chris and I were at one of the breweries, and I think it was the last one World it was called.
Yes. Yeah, One World.
And I was doing the thing where basically everywhere we went, because I'm like, again, like some of this stuff is like usually one and the same, half a dozen together. So I was like, hey, like what's the beer you like here the most right now? Like give me that one. And like not caring at all. And like people were like, oh yeah, like this is like our flagship, or this is the new thing we just did. I'm like, great, throw it my way. And the bartender there, when we got there, was definitely like not in a good mood. I don't know what was up his butt, but he was just like not having it. And I did the same thing. I'm like, hey, like give me what's like good here. And he's like annoyed. But yeah, he gave me the classic like, well, do you want like fruity or like sour? And I was like, well, like I just like want like what you're like known for, like, or what's good, because like I just like wasn't looking at the menus, so I was like trying to be quick because like I'm crazy.
I think
and
bartenders hate this question. They like never have an answer.
Well, it wasn't like me being like putting them on the spot. I'm literally saying like, what's your flagship? Like I feel like it's a simple question, like what are you guys known for here?
Yeah, I think One World doesn't really have a flagship, but he wasn't a grumpy. He was a grumpy pants that day.
He was a grumpy pants. So then I lifted a finger and looked at the menu. I just was like just trying to give places to showcase themselves, right? And then I saw they had an ESB on, and I was like, wow, you have an ESB, that's great. And he was like, are you sure you want that? Like he was just like absolutely doubting that I would drink such a thing. And I was like, yeah, ESB, please, thank you. And he like was very confused. I think he's just in a bad mood. But that was actually probably my favorite beer of the day.
One World does good stuff. Yeah.
I wish I knew. I haven't been there except for the last stop after a drunken first day in Asheville. It was like our one goal. We had like one goal, like we got to get to One World, and we never made it.
Nope.
Glad you guys did. Yeah. Glad you guys made it. Glad you guys had a fun meetup, and glad you liked the Connecticut beers as well. So this is fun. Like I gotta come up with a name for the segment. It's like, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? It's like, where in America is Kiwi drinking right now? The segment.
Honestly, we could recap this every once in a while, because I have a few trips for work coming up that I will be in more places and drinking in new and fun environments I've never drank in before.
Well, there you go. So listeners, if you're looking for beer recommendations in a brand new city, ask Kiwi. She might be able to point you to the best beer in the city.
I could, or I could point you to absolutely the worst one, but because like I don't know if it's a 3.5, excuse me, but
yeah. Get that trash out of here.
Yeah.
All right. So with that, it is time to head over to the Frosty Mug of Wisdom. By that, I mean the freezer where we get the Frosty Mug of Wisdom, take it out, fill it up with advice, hacks, wisdomy wisdom, stuff we like / love, handles. That's what we call them, the things that we put in the Frosty Mug. Don't think about it too hard. But first, Jordan, take it away.
Test your handle. Test your handle. Test your handle. Test your handle. Mug of Wisdom! Drink. Mug of Wisdom!
All right, thank you, Jordan. As always, Wreck My Podcast. Check him out there. And I think you guys owe me some honks this week.
Chris, do you want to like harmonize or?
I'll
give you like
yeah, sure.
ready?
How do we do? Do we do it at the same time? Is that
I'll
what we
start-
do?
One of those special like harmonica flute circle things
give me
that
a-
you blow with the key.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me like a long and I'll harmonize it.
Wait, a long honk?
Like a okay. You harmonize this. Ready?
I don't know what that means. I'm not.
I'll go
I'm not a gift. I'm not a gifted
here's
person.
how you harmonize. So I'll go like you go like ha, and I'll go ha, and you go ha, and you go ha.
But okay.
You gotta like emphasize the K at the end.
Okay. All right. Honk. Honk.
I stacked that and then realized we had no one
wait.
else to harmonize with.
No, I
That was
wasn't sure
beautiful.
if there was supposed to be a K at the end. Like, was I supposed to finish the honk, or was I supposed to go higher in the mid honk?
Well, if you don't put a K at the end of the honk, it's just a ha.
Yeah, I know, but it would have been one long honk. You know what I mean? Like, it would have been like honk, like that.
Right there, just cut that part over.
Yeah,
and
that
that's,
was-
that's the
that
honk.
Thanks for honker.
That was the honk.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Well, thanks, I guess. It's my mug this week. No
Cheers.
matter if I got, even if I only got one honk, I think.
It
Maybe.
was a long, harmonized honk, though.
Long
Yes. It was-
harmonized honk.
Some say the most beautiful honk that's ever happened.
Yeah. So, Kiwi, I'm handing it to you. What do you got for Wisdom Me Wisdom this week?
I have a TikTok handle user account to throw at y'all. And even if you don't TikTok, you got to check this out. It is easily the coolest account I've ever seen. They do have a Discord too. So maybe they put their stuff there as well. It's called Adventures in Narnia. And this man, if you're into D&D or into like any of like the fun board adventure roleplay community, he does a segment called Roll for Sandwich. And this man is
I've seen
committed.
this.
He rolls, he
Yeah.
rolls his dice, his like little D20 stuff for each category of the sandwich. And he sometimes ends up with amazing 10 out of 10 sandwiches. You'd never think of that combination. And sometimes it's like tuna fish with fluff and sriracha with like a little bit of pickled onions. And this man though, like what got me to like watching this account is he will finish every bite of that sandwich.
Oh,
'Cause
so he doesn't just take one and done.
No, he doesn't want and done it. He finishes every single bite, whether it's good or the absolutely worst thing he's ever had, because he's like so genuine about it, where he's like, I don't want to waste the food. I made the sandwich. This is my sandwich I'm going to have today. And it's just so like he's very good at storytelling and narrating, because he's obviously like a dungeon master or something. Like he's just such a good storyteller. And I know he's like said he's a writer as well. He narrates so well, and he also gives you information about why the sandwich and what each pairing, or he's like, well, I'm excited for how this is rolling out so far because the lettuce is going to give a neutral crunch and this peanut butter is going to play nicely with banana peppers. I think the acidity's like he's so thought out with how he talks about the sandwich. He doesn't
He's got
spoil
those like
anything.
chef instincts.
Yeah. He's just really, I think whether he does his research or he's just super knowledgeable, but he just does such a good job with it. And I look forward to it every single day. Except, well, now it's gone to just Mondays, and Fridays because he like needed a mental health break from it. And he blew up absolutely like out of
Oh,
control.
he's doing it every single day?
He was for
God.
season 1, he calls it. For season 1, he did it every single day. And now for season 2, he was gone all of July, and my heart was broken. I missed it so much because I look so forward to it. But he's back in August, but it's now just Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at the moment. But it seems like he's doing a lot of cool like collaborations and things. Like this man just absolutely blew up. Like he was just doing one on the Detroit Lions football field.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so like it's easily my favorite thing in existence on TikTok, minus Beer Dad Gamers TikTok, of course. And well, I gotta throw the shout out, you know. But yeah, it's so good. It's just something so unique, and just he's such a genuine dude. Just what you could just totally like tell with him, you know. And like there's some combinations I really like need to try out for myself. Like I keep thinking about this one with like crunchy peanut butter, goat cheese, banana peppers, lettuce, and one other ingredient. and it got rated a 10 out of 10, and all the other like sandwich connoisseurs of TikTok hopped on and tried it for themselves, and they were like, this is crazy. Like, I would never eat this in a million years without
He rolls for bread too, right?
He rolls for the bread. He rolls for the meat. He rolls for the there's avocado on that sandwich, by the way. He rolls for the roughage, which is like the lettuce, tomato, whatever. I think he does 2 dice for the roughage, and then some of the dice, like for the meat, it'll be like roll twice for vegetables instead. Like, and it'll be like vegetarian. He rolls for the cheese, and then he does the D20 magic roll, which is like he does a D20 dice for the sauce, which can be ranging from literally like weird combinations to like a mustard, which I think he hates ketchup. He'll get ketchup sometimes, and you're like, it's just ketchup, but this man like despises ketchup. I'm really invested, if you can't tell, in his life. You know so much
I don't
about
like
him.
ketchup either, so same vein.
So what's the guy's name again?
It is Adventures at Nardia, which is Naardia. Not, it sounds like Narnia, which I sometimes think,
not.
but it's Nardia.
Okay.
That's how they get you.
How they get you.
Yeah. So we'll put a link to that TikTok in the show notes. It does remind me of someone on Reddit, a user by the name of Kirk_D, is on the quest to make every pizza from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon. And I think, the last post he had, there's 64 of them. I'm not sure how many he's got, but some of these include butterscotch onion with anchovies, marshmallow and asparagus, guacamole and marshmallow, chocolate sprinkles and clam sauce. So these are some very interesting pizzas. Yeah, check him out if you want to watch someone make disgusting pizzas. I think less in the interest of being good and more in the interest of just being gross.
I mean, yeah, that's what kind of gets you, and sometimes gets you on the channel too, is like he just sometimes gets nasty combinations, and you're like, how could the sandwich get any worse? And then you see it land on fluff on hot tuna, and you're like, ugh, God, I can't wait to watch you eat this.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch you suffer.
I can't believe he finishes it too.
He finishes every single bite, and that I think that's really what got me into it. Was like, yeah, this guy's like, he's just a genuine little just nerdy dude. He's like, I'm a nerdy person, and I'm like, yeah, like look at us nerds, like just absolutely crushing
gross
it.
Food.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, I'm gonna go next. I have been doing these on and off, but I'm going to review another nerdy board game. This is a co-op deck building game called Spirit Island. Either of you heard of this?
I have not.
No.
It's a fun game. The concept is that you are a god spirit inhabiting a island that has being visited by colonizers, and you have to use your powers as well as the local native tribes to fight off and scare away the colonizing invaders. It's a co-op game, but you can play it solo. You can play with 1 to 4 players. And how it works is you have like you build up your deck of cards, your hand of cards. You use your powers to try and take out the invading forces, and then they're going to fight back and colonize. So it's a constant battle between you trying to take out these new cities that are building and the explorers that are discovering your new lands on your island, while they fight back, and then you take out some of their cities and stuff. It's a very strategic game. It has more components and more setup time than I would like. It's a game that it's a solid 1.5 hour, 2 hour game. It's a little long for a weeknight, but it's fun for a weekend. I've been having a lot of fun with it, and the more you play, obviously, the better you get understanding the concepts. And one thing I really like about it is that you can play as a different spirit. There's like 10 that come with the game. They're all kind of like characters in a video game where they all have their own individual powers.
Yeah.
And there's some that are more basic that you kind of learn with. And then as you get better at the game, you can make it both harder for yourself by giving the invaders more abilities and making their play more complex, as well as using a more complex spirit, which is a lot of fun. And like I said, it's a good 2 to 4 player game, fun to play either as a couple or with some friends. I've been doing more and more of these co-op games, and I've been really enjoying them lately. So Spirit Island, definitely a fan. If you're looking for a fun co-op game Can't recommend it enough. It is kind of pricey, I think. It was like $70, maybe $80. One of those like higher end board games with 1 million pieces and all that stuff. But
so when you say co-op, so you're saying like it's you and a partner against like board pieces, I'm assuming, like RNG board pieces?
Yeah, good question. So basically how it works is you can either play, like I said, as yourself with a spirit, or, you know, up to 3 other friends that each have their own spirit. And how it works is you'll go through and do your actions, and then the enemies have their own deck of cards that you'll flip over, and they kind of randomize which spaces they attack and move to.
Oh, okay.
So, but how it works is you kind of forecasts, like they'll explore in a space. Like it'll be like, okay, you flip over a mountain card. They'll explore in the mountain this turn, and then they'll build a town in the mountain the next turn. And then 2 turns from now is when they'll attack. So it gives you that build-up time where you can forecast. You can say, okay, we got to take this invader out of the mountains.
You can work
now
with your teammates.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's cool. I never heard of like a player versus enemy type board game. I didn't know that was like a thing that you could do.
They're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I've never gotten into one of those, but that's cause sometimes it's like hard to get people to play with you. So that'd be good to like have a game to play.
I think sometimes like I played with Chris a few of these type of games. We played, and I've done Desert
Island and
Forbidden Island.
Forbidden Island and and Forbidden Desert. Yeah, that's those.
Yes, that's what they're called.
That's what they're called.
We also did Pandemic Legacy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
But one thing that some of those games suffer from is a little bit of, like, if there's one person who knows the game really well, they'll want to play. It's hard to not play for other people and be like, well, this is maybe what you should do. The Spirit game, Spirit Island, everybody kind of is absorbed in their own actions individually, and you play simultaneously. Mm-hmm. So you can't really, you're kind of on your own of like, okay, everybody has to do their own thing and collaborate and work together. So it's good from that standpoint of having everybody be an individual contributor.
Interesting. I want to check that out.
Yeah. I highly recommend it, especially for both of you. I think a lot of times my handles are geared towards my co-hosts. So it kind of upsets me when they ignore it and then try to make that movie a handle like 2 episodes later. But fortunately, that's never happened before.
Called out.
Yeah. But anyway,
not me. Not me.
No. Chris, movie handle? Are you kidding me?
Well.
All right. Well, speaking of Chris, handing the Frosty mug off to you.
And speaking of a movie handle, Ubert.
You have a brand new, just released movie that you're going to tell us to watch?
I think it's newish. It's definitely newish. Okay.
That's the patented Chris answer.
So, as you know, I have children. I have to lead off with that sometimes when you guys when I talk about the movies that I watch. So we recently watched the Lightyear movie. I don't know if y'all have seen this yet.
Hey, I don't even think you have to say ish on that one. That's new.
Is it? I don't know.
I watched that without children.
You watched it without children?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't even need children for that one.
I mean, yeah, me too. Because I'm cool and hip like Kiwi.
I feel like tables should be turned, and I should be like, "Oh shit, yeah, I watched that with kids too."
yeah. Kiwi's like, no. I stole a bunch of kids.
Yeah, I stole a bunch of kids. Get come in my van and watch Lightyear with me. It's fine. It's totally normal.
It's no big deal. I got candy. But so we did a family movie night, and yes, it's cute, but the kids don't sit still for a movie. But I wanted to watch Lightyear for a long time because I love the Toy Story movies. There's some of my all-time favorite movies are the Toy Story movies. I love them. And I've heard mixed negative reactions about the Lightyear movie. Right, overall, I think is where it came. Where it landed. I actually enjoyed it. I'm like, I don't know. I think I'm easier to please than a lot of people looking at you, Jason, but like, I'm definitely easier to please when it comes to some movies, but, and some things in general, but I actually kind of liked it. There was a few things that like didn't line up with the original canon of Toy Story, which I, is obviously a deep lore that is in the internet. But I enjoyed it. I got a kick out of it. There was some funny parts and some parts that some parts were a little corny. I don't think Dana enjoyed it as much as I did. Or Lucas. Lucas loves Buzz Lightyear. He loves Buzz Lightyear. So Lucas enjoyed it a lot. But you know what? Check it out. If you have young kids or if you're Kiwi, go check it out. Watch it alone with some neighborhood kids, whatever, and make your own decisions. Because I liked it more than the critics made me think I was gonna like it. So check out Lightyear. It's on Disney Plus now, so you can go watch it for free.
I don't want to get too
not full free,
off topic here.
Full subscription fee.
Yeah. But how are you? What's your ranking here on a scale of Toy Story 2, where Toy Story 2 is the best, to Toy Story 3, where Toy Story 3 is the worst? How do you order them? What's the best Toy Story?
So number one, do you think Toy Story 3 is better than Toy Story 4?
I was going to say, isn't
I never
there
watched
4?
4. I never watched 4. 4 is the one with the spork.
It's the one with the spork.
You're just like me, trash.
Of those 4 core movies, it's the worst one. Like
Lightyear.
It's 5 of 5. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think that's important to acknowledge.
Yeah.
No. It's not as good as a Toy Story movie.
I mean,
It's not a Toy Story movie though.
If you look at Toy Story on Rotten Tomatoes, it's like one of the best quadrilogies of all time, whatever you want to say that is, because like they're all rated like 97 and above. Like it's ridiculous the perfection in Toy Story movies. That being said, Lightyear is still a lot better than the critics gave it credit for. But no, Toy Story 2, Toy Story 1, Toy Story 3, Toy Story 4 is how I go. And then Lightyear.
Okay, I think that's the right answer. I've never seen 4. So, yeah.
But they're all still really good. Toy Story 3 will break me out in tears every single time at the end, without a doubt.
When it's time to move on.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Yeah. You should, so it's like, this is like the direct to DVD, the home video version of Toy Story is what you're saying. Like Lightyear is kind of like that.
So it's supposed to be the story that, like, basically in Andy's world, the movie where the doll Buzz Lightyear is pulled from. So like this is the story of Buzz Lightyear, why Buzz Lightyear is Buzz Lightyear.
Okay.
And why he's so excited to get the action figure is because of this movie. That's what it's supposed to be. So it's technically, I guess, a very distant prequel or something. I don't know.
It's a backstory.
Yeah. So, but like I said, give it a chance. It's better than the critics say or the people say. I think people are just too hard on movies sometimes. But I enjoyed it. Lucas enjoyed it.
If Lucas likes Buzz Lightyear that much, you should introduce him to like Home Improvement. See if he's a fan of the show.
Ooh.
Maybe he's just a big Tim Allen fan. I don't know.
He loves Tim Allen. Santa Claus, that's his jam.
All right. With that, I think it's time to wrap the show up. I don't do this part, but maybe I'll let Kiwi get us out of here.
Oh yeah. I think I've got it down. Hey, you numbskulls! If you're not subscribing to our Patreon,
we got to do the beers.
I do.
Thank the breweries.
Hey, you dummies, give us money.
I would love to thank New Belgium for their Agent 77 IPA.
I would like to thank Westbrook Brewing Company for their 11th anniversary Imperial Stout.
And I'm going to thank Sierra Nevada for their Liquid Hoppiness IPA.
Oh, am I actually going to do this now? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Now
you're done. You're in.
Be sure to be following DAW Podcast.
Oh my. Yep.
Well, this is tracking, though.
Be sure to be following. God damn it. Be sure to be following DAW Podcast on all social media. Make sure to be subscribing over to Patreon for less than $1 a month. You can be feeding an Obert, a Tud, and a Chris. There's a hungry, starving one in need of a beer all the time. It's a travesty in America, and for just less than $1 a month, you can support their beer fridge and
or
maybe their trip.
exactly $1 a month, some might say.
Oh, I thought it was exactly $1. Oh, less than. I thought he says like 25 cents. Oh, he says 25 cents a week.
He makes it more confusing than it needs to be.
It really is.
I'm not surprised. Yeah.
It really is. But I mean, yeah, you know,
$12 a year.
$12 a year. It's $12, you know, and like get them a beer, or like they can go to Asheville and maybe actually make it to some breweries this time or something. I don't know. But peace out, Girl Scout.
Wait, one last thing. Let's break the new Ted fiction. Where can we find Kiwikadota?
Assuming it's a real person.
It's Kiwikadota. No, I'm on all social medias as Kiwikadota. You can mainly find me on Twitch. I live stream and I do content, and I'm sometimes funny there. I mean, not here, but like sometimes I'm funny there. And I play video games and go through storylines and first playthroughs. And I'm on Mass Effect 2 right now. It's my first time. I've never played the Mass Effect trilogy. I have not romanced anyone yet. For anyone that's a fan of the video game, I don't have anyone picked.
And you're all the way in the second game?
I'm only in this. I take my time.
You're not you're not playing it right.
Because we've had sex with so many aliens by now.
I have not had sex. I have been an abstinent shepherd. Okay, I've been an abstinent shepherd because all the I'm not going to get too into it because it's going to be a Mario Party thing again. We're at the end of the episode. You're going to get me on a tangent about something I hate. But all the options for female shepherd are trash. They are trash. And all the hot ones I can't bang because they don't want a bisexual shepherd, because all the hot ones are the girls and all the not hot ones are the dudes.
I've seen the TikTok.
Yeah. I went viral on TikTok for seeing Miranda's ass for the first time. I mean, to be fair.
To be double fair, my comments in the video, so you know.
Beardhead makes it into.
I did. I sent it to a bunch of people. I was like, I'm famous.
No, I mean it's fine. It's just like or like one of the aliens like I would have sex with. I can't have sex with like the Cronins for some reason. I can't have sex with those guys, and like they got 4 testicles. Like why wouldn't you want to have sex with a Cronin?
Super baby.
Yeah, that's twice the testicles.
Twice the testicles.
I like the idea that like the outro music is
down
underneath
there.
all of this, just going along.
So I'm just staying abstinent despite having sex in those games, even though you're supposed to. Like, fuck it. The options are trash.
Hey, you got to hold out for Mass Effect 3. I think that's where the quality dates come in.
Yeah, we don't settle here. You know, my shepherd, I've made my shepherd fully renegade, and I actually, I don't know my consequences because it's my first time playing, but I've just been fully renegade just to spitefully, because my chat was like, you don't have a mean bone in your body. You wouldn't be able to do renegade. So I said, bet, and I've been doing renegade the entire time, and I'm sure my consequences will catch up to me.
All right, so if you want to see Kiwi be terrible to aliens and not have sex with any of them, go to twitch.tv/Kiwikadota.
I make it more interesting than it sounds, I promise.
Bunch of blue-balled aliens everywhere.
All 4 of them. All right, and with that, my name's Obert.
My name's Chris.
And I'm Kiwi, and if you're drinking alone with friends, make sure to like not meet them for a year and a half to make sure they're not serial killers, but then like go and meet up with them, or like have them come to your city and then blow their phone up for 2 days straight and send everyone millions of messages and just ruin their day and then make them have anxiety about their trip that you're not even a part of. It's a good time, and then you become friends. It's fun. We say this every week here.
If you need someone to ruin your metallic Kiwi's now the call.
Twitch.tv/Kiwikadota.
But make sure to do it with friends. Drink alone with friends. Do it with the friends. My bad. Did I ruin the slogan again?
No, I think that was perfect.
I think that was exactly what we say every week.
Okay, perfect.
I don't know. Todd does it all the time. I just kind of blur it out at that point.
Yeah,
I know he calls people poor and shitty. I don't know.
Yeah, he's just constantly yelling at me to give him $1.
Give me $1.
That's all he does. That's why we can't be together.